In this brief lecture, I want to just go over some of the common mistakes that students make using Excel when they take exams for statistics, so you can avoid those mistakes. So we're just going to do a quick review of 4 Excel topics. 1, which standard deviation to use. 2, scatter plots and regression lines, how do they work? 3, how do you get the numbers for a 5-number summary? And 4, filtering and working with filtered data. So which standard deviation to use? Excuse me. Let's go to our Excel health data and say that we want to know the standard deviation of weight. So I'll just put the number here, it doesn't matter. And notice that the data is in column F, and it goes all the way down to row 1001. So I go to Formulas, More Functions, Statistical. Now I'm looking for standard deviation. And there's a couple different standard deviations, but the one we want is standard deviation.s, which you use when you're thinking of your data as a sample from a larger population. And that's the only one we use in this class. So now Excel wants to know which data you want to the standard deviation of. Well, I want it to go from cell F2, that's where the weight of the first person is, down to F1001. And so I just enter that with a colon between the F2 and the F1001, hit enter, and there's my standard deviation, 41. So when you use standard deviations in Excel, be sure to use standard deviation.s, stdev.s. Second topic, x before y in scatter plots. Let's go back to our data, and suppose we wanted to use someone's desired weight, column G, as the explanatory variable, and their height as the response variable. So we want to use the weight that someone wants to be and use it to predict how tall that person is. Now the problem is in Excel that you need your 2 columns of data to be side by side when you're making a scatter plot, and they're not here. And you need your explanatory variable to be on the left. X comes before y. So here's how I'm going to handle that. I'm going to go up to column H and click and right click and oops, what's going on here? Sorry. Column H, right click, insert, and it gives me a new column. And then I go over to column F and I'm going to copy it, paste it here, and now I've got the desired weight. That wasn't what I wanted, excuse me. Go over to column E for height, copy it, paste it in column H here, and now I've got desired weight on the left, height on the right. And now, to get a scatter plot, I select the data, and insert a scatter plot. And here we see that there's actually a pretty strong correlation between how much people want to weigh and what their actual height is in inches. I think that height's in inches. No, it must be in yeah. Anyway, between weight, desired weight on the x-axis, and height on the y-axis. Yeah, that height is inches. Okay, so, and as a quick reminder, if we wanted to find the equation of the least squares regression line, we right-click and add trend line, and display the equation on the chart. And there's our least squares regression line relating x, someone's desired weight, to y hat, the predicted height. Okay, so the main point is when you're doing a scatter plot, Always have the explanatory variable on the left and the response variable on the right, or you will get it wrong, and I can't give you credit for wrong answers. Third, how do you get a 5-number summary in Excel? Well, again, let's go to the weight. Let's just get the first few numbers of the 5-number summary for weight, the actual weight that people have. And the Excel formula to get the 5-number summary is quartile, and the one we use is inc.inc. And the data is in, for weight is in F2 to F1001. And then down here, you type in 0 if you want the minimum value, 4 for the maximum value, 1 for the first quartile, 2 for the median, and 3 for the third quartile. So I'll type in 0, and we can see that the latest person in the survey was 88 pounds. And if I want to know the median, 165 pounds. And if I want to know the third quartile, type in 390 pounds. So that's how you get the 5-number summary. You just use this function 0 through 4, and you got all 5 numbers. And lastly, I want to talk about working with filtered data, how to filter and working with filtered data. Suppose I wanted to know the average weight of women in excellent health. Well, I go to my filter. I first select row 1, which has the labels, and then I choose filter. And I say, okay, I only want to see people in excellent health, so I'll just filter out everyone except those who are in excellent health. And I'm only interested in women, so I unselect the men, and I can see that there are 128 records of women in excellent health. Now suppose I wanted to know the average weight of women in excellent health. I can't just select the data the way I can normally, because the data's been filtered, and it just means that some of it's been hidden, but it's still there, and if you just start selecting, you'll include the hidden data. So what you have to do is first copy it. So you can select it to copy just those data points, but you can't use an Excel function like average or standard deviation on it. So copy that data. I'll just copy it into its own Excel sheet. And now, as we can see, it goes down to about 128. Now it's just a column of numbers, no filtering, and so if I want to know the average weight, type in average A1 colon A128, and the average weight of women in excellent health is 142 pounds. Okay, so that covers the 4 topics I wanted to make sure that we reviewed before the test. Filtering, you've done in class this week, so I'm pretty sure you're comfortable with that, or more comfortable anyway. But I want to make the point that if you want to use that data, you have to copy it and put it into a separate spot. Okay.